What's going on, everybody? Happy
What's up, man?
Sunday
What's
to everyone, man.
happening?
Welcome to another podcast Sunday with Split the Difference podcast, man. And before we go any further in this show, man, from Pops and Rich Rocky, man,
Yeah.
we want to wish a very happy birthday to my oldest brother, his oldest son. X-Man Xavier Gordon,
Happy
man. We
birthday.
definitely
Happy
want to give.
birthday.
Can we get some hand claps or something, man? We want to give him a congratulations to everything that you're doing, man. And we just say, man, as a younger brother, I appreciate everything
What's
that
up?
you've ever done for me, man. Everything that you taught me, man. Pops, any words for your oldest, man?
Yeah. Well, we hope you're enjoying your birthday, man. And I'm with Damien. Hey, man, we appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully, you got your gifts. We sent out there, like I told you, your grandmother spent all day looking for hers to buy for you, Essie. So
Hmm.
we hope you enjoy. And just have a good day there, brother. Enjoy yourself. Tell my grandson, the cat, Eli, said hello.
There it is, man. We definitely wanted to make sure we let the world know that there is a third part of this difference, man. And
Yes, sir.
today is his birthday. So we want to show love, man, once again to my big brother. Happy birthday. Now, we're gonna, get to the real meat and potatoes of why we're here today,
Come
man.
on in.
Pops, once again, we need everybody to stay tuned in with Split the Difference podcast. So before I give y'all the topic, Pops, let them know how they can stay tuned in with all our videos and all the information that they need to have.
Well, if y'all down with us, that's what we used to say in the old day. You can catch us at all your social media platforms
Mhm.
at Split the Difference 67. Split the Difference 67 at all your social media platforms. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's all social media platforms. Every platform you can listen to something or hear something, see something. We are on there at Split the Difference 67. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Most importantly. Now, let's get to it, man. We're not gonna hold y'all too long today, man. We just got a big heavy topic and we want to hit you with it and just see where y'all at with it.
Can before you put that topic out, I got to deal with the issue that last week that we had
Okay.
that we've been getting a lot of responses by and phone calls.
Yes.
Our producer Newton. I'm just gonna say his last name because if I say the whole name, people want to sue you, and you know who you are. He's down with his back. His
He's
back is
back.
hurt.
Right.
He's down because his back hurts. So I put out a Levi call last week, a APB, because his doctor told him he wasn't supposed to be out. So
Right.
I asked the people. I said, if you see a 7 foot monkey out there, not monkey, big guy, 7 foot guy, uh, driving a white Tahoe, he's not
Right.
supposed to be out.
Right.
And I say he's from Plainsfield.
Right.
You know, next thing I know, we getting comments from calling him from Plainfield like somebody was gonna come jump us. We were just concerned about Joe. And I said his first name. And
We
then
just concerned.
he called me and told me his dad had called him. So Joe, Big Joe, 7 foot 1, done call his dad on the Split the
Wow.
Different podcast show.
And the people all the way from
We
Plainsville.
love you, Joe, and the people from Plainfield. We mean no harm.
We mean no harm to y'all,
Plainfield.
man.
Make sure I always say plains, but it's
Oh,
Plainfield because they're very plain. Okay, let's
oh,
keep.
oh,
All right, let's
man.
get into the show.
Hey, we
Yeah,
do, we
we
do,
love you,
we
Joe.
shout out to the Plainfield community though, man. Y'all keep tapping in, man. We love it. We
Yes,
love
yes. Love
it,
Plainfield.
and we gonna keep bullying Joe down here. The size don't mean nothing to us. But anyway, let's get to it, man. Today's topic is a good topic, man. We gonna start off like this:
Mhm.
has the American dream died? Simple topic, but it's kind of heavy. It's simple, plain, but it's kind of heavy. So, pops, go ahead. I'm gonna let you take off with this one.
Okay. Well, we I lost my notes here. We were going to talk about, and I'm going to keep on moving. We're talking about today. Has the American dream died? And I
Mhm.
guess your generation see it totally different from my generation.
Right.
So let me kind of like give this. Now, what's interesting is we was talking a little bit before the show.
Mhm.
And I asked you, had you talked to Sweet Pea? And Sweet Pea didn't know who they are. I'm not going to say their name because they're another one who always trying to sue us. And we're just having fun. Sweet Pea told you when you told her what the topic was going to be about today. She said what did she say? That doesn't
It doesn't relate to
it
her.
doesn't relate to her.
Right.
So in reality, it does.
Right.
Um, so, but let me set the stage. Has the American dream died? When I was a kid in my era, I was born in the '60s. The American dream was why we now have a lot of people who come to the United States because America was the land of opportunity and still is. But the American dream was for a family, whether you be, it was not a racial line. We had, well, if you were black or white, you really had one dream other than Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. And that dream was for your family. They say it's the white picket fence with the house on it, uh, a good job, whatever that was at that time, a good job, and your kids being educated and a good family.
Hmm.
That was the American dream. And if you had that, you were good.
Right.
Now, what do you think? And I don't know if your generation actually have a dream, and that might be why, as a people, as a society, what makes your family unit successful? And that's what we were talking about when we said the dream, the American dream. It was about a family unit being successful and things, the material things that showed your success.
So the material things that showed your
That was
success
part of that dream.
is what you're saying a part of. Okay. All right. I mean, it's almost the same thing. It's just different ways to skin a cat.
Okay.
And I think the way that y'all are seeing the younger generation do it is, I'm not going to even say more efficient, but is different and is fluent to accomplishing that dream. For example, I know like right now a lot of my generation, the American dream is to just be financially stable and have your time freedom, and just kind of be able to, I'm not gonna say do what you want, but whenever you want to be able to be at peace.
Okay.
So I would say
Okay.
peace,
Okay.
time freedom, and financial freedom is the new American dream. Now I'm gonna go back to what you said earlier about
Okay.
the white picket fence, and then we could transition into your next point. That's programming. Y'all were being programmed because why is that the only way of success, or why is that just the best dream, which was supposed to be America's dream? Um, yeah, I'll just leave it right there.
To that point, and I get what you're saying, but to that point, it was about simplicity. Uh, how can I say it? With this era we have now of this generation, nobody's as a group is pretty much on the same page. This when we said American Dream, we went was everybody was on the same page, and I get it. And we're asking, and you guys can comment on it. If is the dream dead? I was I don't know if it's dead, but I think it's changed.
And then I'll say this to that. You say America's dream, which means you're supposed to be one, right?
Right. I'm finna tell.
When have
I'm finna.
America been one in anything?
Hold on.
So now you're gonna just say I'm supposed to have the
No, 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 no,
same
no,
dream?
no, 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 no.
We've never been one on anything.
Lem-
So how can all of a sudden we're supposed to have the same dream and get to the and accomplish that dream the same way? We've never been one on anything. So you want me to believe that I'm supposed to feed into just this one dream y'all feeding me, like you said, the
Here,
white picket fence or whatever?
here's let me from my opinion and what I see in the study, and this why and Sweet Pea is going to find out why the dream really matters to her. The dream was set on, and I do believe this. I grew up believing this, and I'm gonna try to explain. If you work hard, you could have something. You could have that house.
Mhm.
Uh, in that day, you and I had my stats. I lost them. '70s, '80s. Your medium ways of housing
Yeah.
20 grand, 20 or $30,000. Okay. The housing was set, whereas you could move across town and live in the Caucasian section, but you still might pay 20 or 30,000. Or you could come to the blacks area and still find a house at 20, 30,000. When they said the American dream, at that time, to some degree, it was set up as if you went to work, you worked and made the money, everybody could afford a house.
Mm,
That's not the same now. And that's why I'm
okay.
thinking I would not argue with you and say your generation is doing a whole lot, but they're not trying to keep nothing together. Everything is the prices are driving. Uh,
That's
when
true.
you went to work in my day, and we talked about this a little off the camera, me and you the other day. Well, this was yesterday. We was talking about minimum wage. If minimum wage is 7.35
Hmm.
an hour, you working 40 hours a week. That's only going to give you $200 or so. You ain't even got taxes taken out.
Right.
Okay, what $200, one bedroom. It's going to cost you right now, if it's decent, let's say $1,600 a month. You with your one job, you can't even, and they want you to make three times the rent
Yeah.
to live in the ghetto. So with your job today, you still can't get it. Now, let me tell you, in my era, I remember my first apartment, my job, I made working at Southeastern Meat Company. I think I was making I made a little bit over minimum wages, 5.35 an hour,
Okay.
which brought me about 250, 270 a week. I had a two-bedroom apartment. At that time, Greenbrier areas where I lived was a little bit on the upscale end at
Hmm.
that time. It ain't now. I had a two-bedroom apartment. Remember, I said I made five, five, 5.35 an hour, something like that. Two bedroom apartment, and my rent was 350. So my day, we was because everything was the American dream was set. If you go to work, you go hard, you get it, you can have something. I was able to pay a car note. I had a car, insurance,
Right.
and my rent,
Hmm.
and still had money. It's not possible now.
Right. So that would be no fault of the younger generation for how they do things, because of course, how things change, you got to adjust with how they
Yeah,
moving too.
I would think it's a part of what what's going on because
Because that layout right there, that's definitely no longer in America. That every just because you work, you can afford
no,
something.
it's
They
because
don't
the
have that layout
people
anymore.
start wanting to do their own thing. The- Nobody wants to stick together. And when Sweet Pea said it don't relate to her, yes, it does.
Mm.
Because right now, Sweet Pea, if you wanted the house you want to buy, you got to work 2 to 3 jobs to get it with no time for your family. We had time. Everybody worked 8 hours. You got off at 5 o'clock.
Right.
Nobody, hardly no companies was open on Sundays.
Right.
You didn't need to work like dogs to survive. Y'all, this generation has made it where you got work like dogs. We Nobody would
And
have never worked a 12-hour job and not to be able to be in their family when I was growing up.
that's why I said the just the idea, if there is a real idea of whatever the American dream is, it has definitely changed, because now people are just concerned about their financial freedom, their time freedom, and being able to be at peace with the people they love
But
and
are
they
they
do.
really financially free? See, and why I'm asking,
But what I'm saying is they would rather figure it out and try to get it on their own, rather than I guess go by what a standard of the country is that's already failing them. Let's read this comment in, because it's got to be on what we talking about. So let's knock it in.
read that comment.
All right, this is from Mr. Newton himself.
All right.
We've never been included in America's dream. The dream wasn't for us.
Who's that from?
Yeah, who are
Uh,
we? Let's
Who's
get an
that from?
explanation on who are we.
Mr. Newton.
Let's say who are we before we answer the question,
Well,
or just for people watching.
when we say
Yeah, but we got listeners
You
and
talk
people
about
don't
people
they
people of
don't
color.
understand.
People of
Okay,
color were never into the dream. Well,
I agree.
I agree to some. I do agree.
I agree.
I'm not gonna argue that, but we did include ourselves in the dream. We still had a dream, and the dream wasn't always to just to be free black and to be treated equally. I think the blacks we had a dream, and that dream we adopted the dream of being able to take care of our families. You can't do that now. It's hard for one person to take care of family.
Yeah, it's hard.
Do you agree to that, Mr. Noob?
Yeah,
It's hard, you know. Whereas I'm saying
yeah.
to get back to what you were saying is that you guys I think the younger generation kind of messed up with a little bit of my people because you say financial freedom, you don't have financial freedom. Now you talk about programming. Your generation been programmed. And let me say why. Let me say why.
Well,
In the China, folks in China already done told you, y'all paying $800 and $900 for a bag that's only worth $10. Now you talking about programming. That's programming.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
tell you what
That
I am.
definitely is. That
I have
definitely
been
is.
a person who spent a lot of money on colognes. I normally I get $400-$500 for a bottle of cologne. But guess what? I found some dupes of the same freaking colognes that I've been paying $500 for, and people always ask me, "What are you wearing?" And they last longer.
Well,
So
that's what I'm
we've been
saying.
and I'm paying only 20.
That's
What
why
everybody else is 450.
the whole American dream is. I think it's a fad because if you were really trying to sell people a dream, you would help them in all places of life.
Well, you
Whatever.
always need a dream. If there's no dream, dream is like a vision. If you don't have a dream, where are you going? If you have no,
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're gonna put something in front of somebody's face, don't give them half of it to make it look good, and then the other half uh uh
so
bad.
I'm saying even for our community, then the dream is dead because there was a time when we wouldn't get duped like we getting duped now. That when I was growing up,
No,
your parents,
people always been duped.
hey, hey, if you in the 60s and the 70s and can agree with me and say amen, there was no way. I don't care how good the tennis shoe was for. Your mama wasn't gonna pay no $200 for no tennis
That's
shoes.
not getting duped. They just want to pay that amount for the
That's
tennis
getting
shoes.
duped when a Jordan costs it costs $10 to produce and
But
come
you don't
back to the
think these
store.
people know that by now?
But
That's just called foolishness. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's
so the
idiotic.
dream is dead.
What you mean?
Or they just shifted. Well, I'm talking about the
It's
American dream
shifted.
as a
That's what
people.
I'm saying. It's shifted. Just like when
Sound like it shifted to a nightmare.
things have changed. I'm not gonna say it's not because it's working out for some people. You got some young entrepreneurs that's thriving and living in peace, living in got
Well,
the
see,
good
that's what
business.
you young folks don't work out. It's working out for some people, but it's not working out for all your people.
Right, but
I'm talking about when I
nothing
growing
never
up, we
worked.
had a community.
Yeah,
Your
but it still
community
didn't
ain't
work out
gonna
for
help you out
all
worth for
people.
shit.
It still didn't work out for all people. You can say you had a community, but it wasn't all. It wasn't every.
If it didn't work out for you, you didn't want. You had opportunity for it to work. You don't have. They this is what they really duping y'all with, saying that they giving y'all scholarships to go to college and teach y'all. While, hey man, some of these kids already out here while y'all trying to get. Oh Lord, yeah, go to college. But some of them are here are they duping you because you haven't really recognized and understand who you really are. Some of you gonna go to college and it's just gonna be a bill. You're gonna lose even before you
Yeah.
win. You might as well just find out what you're good at and go get a freaking job.
Yep. And just hit it,
It's
hit
about
it.
survival.
Yeah. So you admitting it's no fault of the people that the American dream is dead though. It's how times is. It's like we can't help. Well, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna the middle class, the lower class. We can't help that times have shifted and how things are the way they are to have to change our dream. Because why would I keep a 1980s dream in a 2025 society when things are totally different?
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Or no, I'm not gonna say dream because you want to keep your dream, but way of thinking. I'll just say way of thinking because that's all the American dream. It was just, oh, this is a way of thinking. You grow up, you get your White House, a Night House, the White Picket. You are successful.
Mhm. And here's the thing. I agree with you totally. But here's the thing. That way of thinking and forgetting some of the old ways are now, if you look at the political climate, it wasn't what I'm hearing now. I heard a little bit of it when I was younger, but I'm hearing more of what now in the political climate of what they were saying we were getting out of when I was growing up, I'm hearing more and stuff now with different races and religions that I didn't hear when I just had the dream of being able to own a nice home and raising a family and that. See, with this new dream, the house you got is never big enough. You sell that house, you try to get that house. This car is not good enough. You pay this car off, you go get another car. And I guess I'm guilty of that. But it's like the dream is turning into a nightmare because this now our society, we're never satisfied. It's always bigger.
Well,
When
that's
like,
that, that's
and
that's up
nobody's
to the
and
person.
nobody's saving. That's why I heard a preacher said the other day, I got to stop preaching about tithing because we ain't no way you're gonna be able to tithe if you don't have a savings, if you don't know how to budget.
Yeah. And I still don't. Well, that's another topic, but I don't know how much of that'll really go to the church. Even if they did save it, I don't know how much of it gonna go to a church. It probably go to a vacation
Oh
or something
Lord.
like that. If they did,
I didn't even mean to open this.
no, I'm just saying.
Hey, we got anything happening over on Facebook over on there producing?
Oh yeah,
Nothing on there. Okay. But I just was I think the dream is still there. I just think it's harder to achieve now. Everybody still want the good family. Everybody still uh would love to be educated.
yeah,
But now, even if we didn't have, I was thinking, I was telling you, I might have been your mom. I can remember the scholarships we had in my day, and I'm from Atlanta. I lived over on West Side, Simpson, Ashby. I can't think of one person who got uh, a scholarship other than in the band. No academic scholarships.
oh yeah. They weren't even
Sports. The
coming.
only thing we were supposed to do is run the football and blow the horns
Yeah,
and beat the drums.
yeah.
But those kids, when they came out of college, they didn't have this bigger debt like this society. The kids who go to college now is automatically a loser financially when they get out. They got so much debt.
And depending on what they come out and do, like what they can get right into. You know what I'm saying? Because
They still got debt.
some of the no, I'm saying, but some of the careers are clear, whatever they depending on what you come out straight and do. You see what I'm saying? Like you could make enough to be like, all right, that I can wipe that out. Like surgeons and people like that.
Surgeons, we know some doctors that I know some that still complain about the debt they got.
Mm, wow.
Because that stuff and don't miss a payment, you really screwed
Yeah.
because they start adding that interest on you and all that. Man, you never got it. I mean,
Yeah.
I got no, I ain't gonna even talk about that. But yeah, you I'm just trying to figure out how do you win is the dream. I think the dream has shifted. Nobody, even as a people, we don't want the same thing.
Well, I'll say this as a young guy. I know we wrapping up.
But let me
Our
hold on. Let
friend.
me let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Since that was Mr. Newby said, Mr. Newby, okay, if that wasn't the American dream, what dream has the people of color had as a people? So what was the dream? Because the only one I ever heard was the one we're talking about. The white picket fence, work hard. What was the dream?
Well, that's why I said, y'all. Everybody's been programmed.
But no,
It's only a few people like Mr. Newton that is it will think like that. It's a lot of us that still think that the American dream was for us. So that is the dream that you're asking for. It's some it
what
the
dream
American
then?
dream that's for some
Somebody
people.
tell me, and we can talk
I'm
about it and you
telling him.
watch it later. What was the
I'm
dream
telling them
for us then?
that
It,
that's
it couldn't be the only one that Martin Luther King had was to shake hand with a white man.
no. I'm that what we talk the American dream, the dream that you just fed, the White House, the picket fencing with the family.
Uh,
Some people really truly believe that dream was for us. I see we got somebody else in here. Amaze, what did they say? But that's the dream though, Pop. That's the dream you're talking about.
All right, from Amaze, we got success is relative. Nobody defines the dream the same.
And I think that was the whole baseline of what the American dream was supposed to be. Just you can come over here and be
yeah,
successful.
well, that's what I'm saying. Because every country has their things.
Right. But people paint it as it's supposed to be this like you not the first older person I heard say the white picket fence with the family, with the 2-story, 3-story house. You're not, so obviously it's something that y'all was hearing coming up that made y'all feel like, okay, that's the American dream. Let me get my house with the picket the nice yard. Not, not necessarily picket fence,
Because
but
we figured if it was not
figured.
just that,
Y'all didn't know. Y'all figured. Watch your
if we
words.
could
See, you're
just
telling
if
now.
we could just take care of our family. See, we didn't have those big.
So why do you need a white house with a picket fence?
didn't have to
You
be
could do
white.
that.
I never had a white.
I mean, with the white picket fence with the big house.
That was just a metaphor or a symbolic thing, but it was just saying, just when you say, I think they added the picket fence to say that this is my property.
Okay.
So if you could just get to the point where you were able to have your own, not that you needed a a heap of it, but here in America you were able, like in some other countries, you don't buy land, you lease it.
Right.
And they were talking about doing that here. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
you can put your house on the land, but it ain't really your land. In America, you could buy your land and own it. So that's what we're talking about. Being able to own something here is the dream, to have a place for my family, to be able to go do it and not have to kill myself to do it. Today, you about got to kill yourself to get a nice home.
You, if you own the land, why you still gotta pay property taxes?
Well, that's a good question.
Because you don't, the state at the end, you don't own it. That's what I'm saying.
I've always questioned it. If it's mine, why do I pay property tax?
Well, they say your taxes goes to help keep whatever's around you. You still got to pay whatever your city is to make your water run. All that's a part of your property taxes. And the more property you got, the more it costs you. You still got to have your sewage and water. So that's helping
Right.
pay the county supposedly.
So if you really read in between the lines of wherever the American dream is wrote through, you can see it's some foolishness. Oh
Well,
yeah, you gonna come, you get your own White House, but you still gonna pay at the end of every year. You're gonna pay 3 different taxes on it, and every month we gonna come get them 3 taxes. And if you don't pay them 3 taxes, we gonna be splitting that house right down the middle. And that's it.
All right, folks. Hey, our time's up. This dude tripping. I got to get him out of here. Must be time for bed. Hey, Xavier Gordon, happy birthday,
Yes,
man.
sir, big brother. Happy birthday.
Hey, and thank y'all for chatting in. But leave some comments. We're gonna be checking them during the week. Hey, go watch some of our other videos we got up. And don't forget, hey, tell somebody about us and subscribe. Until next time, split the difference.
That is split the difference, y'all. We out.